Hey guys, this is a development video for Beast Fury. I'm currently working on a fix to not be able to cancel the Vincent's Dragon into Vincent's Dragon. You're not really canceling, but you're recovering so fast that you can combo infinitely. So let me show you the problem we have right now. I just decided to do a development video because it's been a while, and I think I can fix this thing live while talking, explaining what I'm doing. So it gives you some insight in the development process. Well, I can't really do it because while recording this drops my frame rate to a ridiculous level. I don't have a very good computer, so just believe me, you can chain like Dragon fireballs a bunch in a row and you can do a pretty much infinite combo. So we're gonna look at the issue. The issue is that the way I control the hit stun or the block stun as well, it's kind of based on the animation and not the actual frame data that we want. So right now the guy doesn't recover quick enough, so you've got way too big of a window to combo into your fireball. Pretty much do it infinitely. So we'll be looking at the animation for Vincent, but Don will receive the same treatment. Actually, we'll do it on Don since he's the receiver of these fireballs. So I'll work on this. I'll fix the hit light, and I'll work with light dragon attack using the light punch. After that, I can just do the monkey work to do the same system for all the hits and all the blocks for the two characters. Alright, so Don's hit light is basically, well, it's just one frame. And he's got his recover, which are two other frames. Oops. Yeah, 2 frames, 2 sprites at 4 frames each. So frames are recovery. So Don, as always, like at least right now, that's the bug. He has always 8 frames of recovery, and that's a problem. So what we'll do is probably just set this to play really fast. And we'll control the animation speed by code to account for the number of frames we want. And I'll still show you the Vincent's hit. Let's take the hit heavy, for example. It's a better example of the problem. So he's got like a very long animation, and that shit should be like way faster. Because when you get hit, you should like get the impact like really quick. Because this animation will play like right when it hits, so it should be super fast. And his hit heavy recovery should be also fast. Anyway, I'll set it here, but we'll work on Don for now. Yeah. Alright, let's go back to Don here. Hit light. Okay, so in the code. Okay, before checking the code, I'll just show you an example of all the Dragon fireballs have a hit stun of 5. So that's 5 frames. I'll just show you that. I'll just show you that the animation is takes way longer. Let's say with a heavy Dragon. Yeah, so that's like not a second, but almost. So you can see it when we pose like this. He does his hit heavy, and then the recovery. That's like, I don't know, 20 frames or something, and then he's back to idle. So yeah, it's totally animation driven. It should be frame frame data driven. So if we say it's 5 frames, then the animation should do it in 5 frames. All right, Dun's heavy hit animation is more like Vincent's. So I'll make sure this plays pretty quick. This puff of smoke is gonna be like a separate animation, because I can't have it here. There's no way to animate it. How I think I'll do it is half of the frame for the hit will be the startup, and half would be yeah. How I'll do it is if the hit start is longer than half the frame that we want, then I'll have to play the animation faster to have the full animation, but still have the rest of the frames for the recovery. So that's done. Yeah, you see the puff of smoke is still there in the animation. That's all gonna be gone once we do a pass on polishing these kind of things. Okay, so this one's ready. My computer is really slow while recording, or that's why I'm not streaming anymore. It's just until I get a new computer, it's just choking my computer completely. Alright, we're gonna go where in the code where it's handling the hit animation, or rather the hit state. Yeah, this piece of code runs, and if the animation is not playing, then we're done with the hit. So that's totally like animation based. That's not what we want. This is for the mid-air hit, and this is while the animation is playing, we're still making sure like that we go to the recovery after how many hit stun frames we wanted, but that's still not good, because right now it's gonna do the start animation for 5 frames, while what we want is actually 5 frames for the whole thing. So yeah, that's not good. So what we'll need to do is upon the hit, So actually determine how many frames we want for the start and how many frames we want for the recovery, to give us like the actual hit stun frames that we want. In this case, 5. So that's the code when you get hit. If you're blocking, it does some stuff. In this and the other case, is when we're not blocking. Okay, just checking where to do it. If you're not blocking, then there's a couple cases. If you're being juggled in the air, that's this part of code. If you're not, then it goes here. But then there's also different types of hits. The launch animation, well, a launch type attack will start a launch, so you can juggle the guy. There's a crumpling animation, crumple. If the guy's not on the ground, then it's a air hit, and then we get here on the ground hit. So here's the part where we add the stun frames on hit. Not sure that's actually correct. Because the way it works is that when the guy is hit, the remaining frames of the attack are added to the hit stun frames. Because if we say this attack is a +5, then it's the remaining frames. It actually applies. The 5 applies after the attack. So if you add like 3 more frames until the attacker recovers, then the hit stun is actually 8 frames. So it's the 5 plus the 3 that you had left. Anyway, that's how I understood it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm constantly in talk with the game designer, Andrew. I don't know if his title is game designer, but anyway, he's the guy who knows fighting games and how they work. So I usually go by what's described in his game design document. For Fireball here, we'll receive 0 because I don't think that applies, although it should. I'll see about that later. Alright, so this piece of code, I'll move it inside the case where I get actually hit by a normal ground hit, because that's the only case we need to worry about. Alright, so in the end what we want is how many frames we want for the hit stun start. And how many frames we want for the hit stun recover. So that's our problem right now that we need to code and handle with the animation. So what we'll do is check what happens with what animations we play here based on the hits. So that's the code that will determine what animation plays at all time. More specifically, this part here. Okay, so I'm gonna move this piece of code in a function to make it actually usable elsewhere instead of repeating this piece of code. Just gonna do a new function. Just give it the actual attack hit, which has all the information to do that. I probably lost already like 99% of people watching this video, but that's what making games is about, like programming and finding a solution. So if you're still watching, that's cool. So yeah, we'll be returning for this function the string with the animation in it. So same piece of code, basically. It's instead of using the current attack hit, we'll use the one that's passed here. So I could use this function with another attack hit definition instead of the one where we got hit if I need to. Also pass some more information to make it more encapsulated, so this function can be used for all kind of purposes. So instead of using the current state of the character, I'll give that function the current state. Yeah. So here I'll actually pass this to the function, whether we're crouched or not, and whether we're in recovery or not. So use this like this. And the mid-air hit part I will move elsewhere. I don't want it in this function. I'd rather handle it here. So if I get here, I'm not crouching. That should not be crouching, at least. So maybe there will be a bug with this, where the crouching or crouched flag are still true even though I'm in the air, but that bug will reveal itself and is easily fixed. Maybe I'll do some tests for it later. Alright, so I'll do the same for the blocking. I'll make an animation like this. So we'll go back to the part where we get hit. That's a lot of code, yes. Okay, so let's get the start animation and the recover animation for this particular hit that we just received from the opponent. So that's why I wanted to pass these parameters to this function, so I can here I can say I don't want the recover animation, I want the start animation, and here I want I want the recover animation. Sorry, I had a moment of hesitation because I was thinking about the crouching here. But that does apply here. I can use this character state to determine that. I'll use directly the attack hit that we received in this hit function. So I've got the 2 animation. I can actually go ahead and get the animation definition, the actual animation clip. Which will have like the length of the animation and the frame rate and everything like that. I'm just interested in the length because I'll stretch and I'll stretch the animation to fit how many frames I want. Yeah, sometimes I don't necessarily know like every function that I use. I sometimes have to refer to the documentation. Which is fine. You can't know everything, but as long as you can find the answers, that's all you need. I know there's a way to get the animation from the name using the sprite animator class that I use with the 2D toolkit. That's what I use for this game. So get clip by name, yeah, that's what I want. I knew it was something like this. So I got these. For the purpose of this, I'm actually gonna remove the big buffer I had for like here I had like 120 frames for the last frame of the hit, because I wanted to extend it like as long as I need to. But I won't do it like that. I'll handle it by code. So that's the hit heavy, hit recover. Okay. It's good. I'll just comment that out and just set up my project so I can break in the code here. I'll just do a quick test to see what's happening when I send the fireball. I'll see what information I get from these. I'll apologize one last time if that stuff is boring to you, but if you're still watching, I guess that you still have some interest in that. But that's it. I won't apologize, because if you're watching, then you like it. If you don't, stop watching. That's making games. It's not always easy or fun. No, it's fun, but it's not for everyone. Alright. I can just play. And when the fireball hits, I'll be able to break in the code and see what's up, what's going on. I'll throw a heavy. Alright. So, start animation, hit heavy, good. Recover, hit heavy, good. Alright, start clip has six frames, yes. Recover has 6 frames as well. No, oh, I made a mistake here. Didn't get the right one, but that will work. And this is 5, yeah. So 5 frames. Alright, good. That will work. This part at least. Now what we need to do is I'll check if I can code this part right now. Okay. So this whole part where the animation stops playing and we're done with the hit is wrong. That's not what I want to do at all. I'm just gonna comment that out for now. Mid-air hit, that's good. We're in mid-air hit until we hit the ground. Although I'll split this piece of code because I actually need this stuff for the mid-air. So it's just gonna go in here. If we're not blocking, that's always true in mid-air hit. We're never blocking. So that's true, that's true. This is not relevant. That is always true mid-air, since we're already in the mid-air piece of code. So mid-air is done. We're back to jumping. And here this part handles the landing. Yeah, it sets the attack hit to null when you land after a mid-air hit. So that's normal. That's good. Okay. Actually, I'll keep this piece there. Yeah. Yeah, actually changed my mind here. We've got the crumple and sweep animations that we need to handle in this part. So this is going back to what it was before. Just put some comments to make sure that this is clear. This will be true when I activate my system that I'm working on. Otherwise, it's the animation based ones. Again, like sweep and crumple. And then the mid-air hit. And this piece of code is not useful anymore. I'm sure many bugs will pop up with this new system, but that's how it goes. Okay. Here I'll put some variables that I'll need to handle the new system. Basically the attack hit frame counter. The attack hit start frames. And recover frames that I declare locally before, but they'll be global since I need it in other pieces of code. Okay. My counter here will, when we get hit, it's gonna be 0. And I can do that elsewhere. I can do that here. And then yeah, that's the part I need to figure out here. The start and recover frames. I will also change the FPS here, if needed, to stretch the animation if I need to. So I'll do just a rough solution from now. What I'm gonna do is just take how many frames you want, split it by 2. I'll I don't know, for now I'll round it down, I guess. We'll see what this gives. And the recover will have the remaining frames, so the total minus what we just calculated. So that's this. And so by default it's gonna be it's gonna be 60, of course, unless the frames we need is actually smaller than how many frames the clip actually has. I'll just check the doc to make sure I'm doing this right. Class animation clip class as the frames, the FPS. Yes. Okay. Good. So that's how many frames it has. That's how many we want. So if this is smaller, we'll have a little calculation here for the new FPS. Otherwise, it's back to 60. And in this case, what we want is a ratio of 60. Here I'll do it differently. I'll do 60 multiplied by a factor. By either a factor or 1 here. So if this is smaller, then what we need is, I guess, more FPS. So something like this. I don't know if I need to do something like this here. Same thing for recover. That's good. We only need a case where it's smaller. The recover though, I need to actually stretch it down or lengthen the animation no matter the case. I'm rarely gonna leave it to what it was. So I'm not doing this, I'm always doing the sort of ratio with the 60 FPS. So if the recover clip is 5 frames and I need 5 frames, then this calculation will be 1. But if I need 10 frames, this calculation will be 2. So that's good. So I'm always stretching the recover clip. Alright. So there's that. And what else do I need to do? Alright. Need to go back to the place where I handled the animation state. Right here. Okay, this is different. I need this flag here. So when I get the hit, I'm gonna just by default set it to false. I'll set it back to true in the case where we need it. Right here. I'll reset the frame for the system to 0 here. So when we go back to the other piece of code, then we know we're here, and that's good. So here we increase the frame, and basically when we're beyond the number of frames we wanted for the start, then we're back to the recover. Is that the name I gave it? Yes. Okay. Attack hit recover becomes true here. So we're only doing this part of code if we're not in the recovery part yet. Because then it's gonna fall back to this one, and when the recovery animation is done, I do actually want to go to this code to end the attack hit animation and the whole state. So yeah, that's only to transition to the recover in the case where we're using the frame-based system. Okay. That should work. Or not, I'm not sure. It should. So let's try it. Actually break in the code to see what was set. And I'll put some. Okay, there are compilation errors, but I'm gonna fix those. I'll use the heavy dragon, and I'll set its hit stun to something crazy like 50, just to see the recover, how much it's stretched. The cool thing about that is right now I set, maybe it's a mistake, but I set the recover animation to just 1 frame for every sprite. But I can actually do like a proper animation timing, and it's going to be stretched accordingly. So I might go back to set it back to the right frames I had before. Problem with this is it's a division between two integer. think it's gonna give me some problems. Here, yeah. I'll see what it does. Alright, let's try it. Before I even test, I'm gonna just make sure I'm covering my bases. Yeah, this could be small. I'll make sure it's at least 1. So there's no like cases where the hit stun is so fast that the animation becomes, for some reason, a 0 FPS. Alright, let's try that. This is already gonna work for punches and everything. It's gonna change everything about the game that we have now. People were complaining that Vincent was too easy to combo into. That's probably gonna all change. The comboing will be much tighter. Might need a complete revisit of all our frame data. That's good. How long is the heavy punch? Not sure, maybe it's not working. Who knows? It's a heavy punch far. It has a 0 stun hit. Yeah, you see I can't do a combo now with the heavy punch, which makes sense because 0 on hit is just no frame advantage at all. So while I'm recovering, he's also recovering. Put 0. I'll break in the code again to see what's happening there with the heavy punch. But it does make sense. So the thing is, for this attack, I'll actually get like the remaining frames for the attack, which will be used in the frame calculation. Yeah, 24 frames left, and the hit stun is 0, so it's still 24 frames. So yeah, there's 12 frames of hit, 12 frames of recover. And that's cool. Cool. That makes sense. I'll try the fireball now. Yeah, it's still 50. I'll try the light. No, light one is not. The animation is not prepared for it. Oh, that's cool. I'm super happy with that. Try this. So these attacks are not part of my system, so still seems to work. Only case I'm worried about is like Don's treasure trash, where he grabs the guy in the air. That's sort of an attack. It's also a kind of throw, but the hit is like an animation instead of relying on these hit animation. It's a special animation, so I might need to add some checks in the code to make sure everything's good. Alright, I'll set back 5 for the Dragon Heavy. See what happens when we super stretch the animations. Still a heavy hit for the fireball, but with only 5 hit stun, we'll see. The start animation will be super stretch. I'll break in the code to see how much it stretches. Because I think we'll want like it will be like 2.5 the half, and we floor it, so it's only 2 frames for the start. Yeah, 2 here, 3 for recover. So this FPS is now 360. Wow, 6 times more. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense because the heavy hit is 12 frames, I think. This is so the both are super fast. The start animation slightly more. I don't know if it looks good. Doesn't look good, but the system is working, so I don't think I can cancel into. Although I couldn't do it because of the frame rate, I can't do fireballs easy enough to. Yeah, see, I did it pretty fast. It didn't do a combo like before because Dawn is recovered way faster than before. Now the issue is probably that the recover for fireball is way too short. That's another issue that's easily changed. That's all part of the tweaking all the frame data for everyone. But at least in the code it works. It's based on the frame data and not the animation. Alright, so I'll end the development video here. The rest is basically applying the same system to the blocking and all the other hits. So light, medium, block, light, medium, heavy. Same for the block and hit for crouched, when you're crouched, but it's all the same thing. Alright. That's great. I might do another development video pretty soon. I'll be integrating effects for jumping and dashing and all kinds of stuff. I might take like just a cartoonish effect library from Unity, just to put some placeholders there, give a better idea of how visually busy we want the game to be. Sure won't be the final effects, but it'll be something, just something to see. So thanks for watching. If you're still watching, I'm impressed. It can be pretty boring. Although I said I wouldn't apologize anymore. So yeah, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But if you do, subscribe, share it to other people who could find that interesting. Especially if you're a supporter of Beast Fury. That's probably interesting to you how the programming side goes and what kind of issues we're facing and how we're fixing it. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and yep, subscribe. See you later.